Hello there, Bic Benedict here. We're playing The Last of Us Remastered on grounded difficulty. This is my guide and walkthrough, my no damage guide and walkthrough, and we're on the university. This is going to take us all the way up to the hunt, so at the beginning of the next video, we're going to be Ellie. I have a couple topics I want to mention. One of them is how do you say it? A complaint, I want to say. The other one is a question. So, remember the first Shiv room door in this game? It had 25 spare parts, 10 vitamins, and a bottle that you can get anywhere. So, if you can, do not get the first Shiv room door that's in this game. As tempting as some early machine parts are, and as tempting as a couple of vitamins are, think about it. 10 vitamins and 25 spare parts. That is sorrowful. That is so horrible of a drop. So I never should have got the first Shiv room door. It makes me want to restart the whole guide, thinking about how crummy the contents were for that first Shiv room door. Over here we have a flamethrower. I don't use this too much, if anything, but it just really makes me mad. And what it basically boils down to is it's tempting to get some spare parts early on, 25, but there are so many better Shiv rooms than the first one. Don't get it. Just don't get it, because the one in Tommy's Dam, that Shiv room that I couldn't access because I didn't have enough parts, I could have opened that one, and it had some really good stuff in it, because I've seen videos of what's in all the Shiv room doors, and they're always the same. So and it irks me too, because I had a Shiv on the dam. On Tommy's Dam, I had a Shiv, but it said I needed a full Shiv. I don't understand it personally, because in my inventory, just now, I crafted, and these are all the same supplies that I had from before. Over here is a bottle. There's a couple bottles over here. It says I have one Shiv in my inventory, and then when I craft another one, it says I have two. So I have no idea why at the beginning of Tommy's Dam, the last chapter that we did, it wouldn't let me open a Shiv door when I had a Shiv. It said I had a quantity of one. I know the HUD's gone, so you can't see what's in your immediate inventory. But if you go into the crafting menu where you craft stuff, it tells you how many you have. Because I just crafted a Shiv, and it says I have now a quantity of 2. That means, obviously, that I had one before, right? If I craft one, if I already have one, I have 2 now, right? So I'm going to touch that topic in a minute, because I have no fucking clue why, when you have a Shiv, you can't use one. And what's this whole nonsense of having a full Shiv? It's just ridiculous. So over here there are, oh, look at that drop. I got my arrow back, and I got 5 ammunition parts for the flamethrower. Nice. There are 2 walker runners, and then 4 stationary runners. It doesn't matter if you have the flashlight on. And to make this work is an art. And it's an art of being lucky, because sometimes these runners, I'm doing the exact thing that I'm doing now. I'm walking up to them at the same speed, having my flashlight on, and sometimes they get alerted and sometimes they don't. I'm zooming in over there to see if that bitch dropped an arrow for me, and she did actually. So I got some really good stuff over here. But to have this work, it's completely based on luck, guys. Sometimes they know you're there, and sometimes they don't. That time they didn't. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea why sometimes they get alerted when you're walking up to them and sometimes you don't. it's completely broken. Unfortunately, damnably broken. So, thumbs up for that, because we got a lot of good shit for ourselves over there. We're coming out of that fight with 6 arrows. God damn, that's good. I don't understand it personally. Because clearly, having one Shiv is not having enough to open a Shiv door. And that doesn't make any sense to me. Having two Shivs is enough to open a Shiv door. But I have absolutely no clue. There's also an area over here that I wasn't aware of until a subscriber pointed it out for me. So I actually looked into the matter, and somebody mentioned the manuals to me, that you need to upgrade your Shivs via the manuals. No, that's not the right thing, because the manuals, all those do is they upgrade the durability of your Shivs, so that if you use a Shiv to save yourself from, oh, look at that nice jump. If you save yourself from a clicker attack using a Shiv, it just means that the Shiv it won't have broken, so that you can use it again. But getting grabbed by a clicker is obviously, it's unacceptable for a campaign such as this. There's also a piece of a blade over it in this overturned trailer. I didn't get it the first time, so definitely pick that up. Definitely pick it up. And there's also a very good room over here in the looks like it's called the dining hall. No supper's being served tonight, though, guys, in the dining hall. Well, there is something. It's called dog shit, and if you want to lap that up, you can have it. And you can have all the dog shit you want for yourself. But as far as getting some good stuff, you're not. And I'm really upset, because Tommy's Dam had an arrow in it that I wanted, and I should not. And I hate saying this so late, because, you know, it's just too late for people to do much about it, if anything. But don't get the first Shiv room door. It's shit. It's absolute shit. It's garbage. Health kit upgrade. That has no bearing for our walkthrough. And some more pills. See, the only thing that ever was of any use to us on an upgrade. Do we receive damage? No damage. There is fall damage. The only skills that are useful on a no damage run would be the weapon sway and the crafting speed. It is nice to be able to craft things more quickly, but I don't understand it. A full Shiv. Maybe the game is broken. Yeah, I think the game is broken, because I had a Shiv. It just infuriates me. I had a fucking Shiv and I couldn't open the door. It's just so frustrating. What do you want from me? You know, what is this fucking game? A full Shiv? Okay. Apparently you need 2 Shivs to open a Shiv door. That's what I think now. I can't understand what it could possibly fucking mean. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna simmer down a little bit. I've just been thinking about this, trying to understand why I couldn't, you know. Well, an honest citizen out there like me can't open a door if he wants to. It just makes no sense. At the start of this checkpoint, though, be very quick to come over here to the left, because you can get ahead of the clicker over here to the right. We are going to be upgrading our scope a little bit more so that we could see further. But from the beginning, though, when you reset the checkpoint down here, just make sure that you beat this clicker over here, because he'll actually do a reverse turn, and he might bump into you, and that's not going to be a good thing for anybody concerned. But why this makes no noise, whereas so many other minor things make noise, is bewildering to me. But when you come into over here, this drawer has some supplies that are going to help you craft a Shiv, because it has duct tape and a piece of a blade. So just hang back right now. You can equip the brick to widen your peripheral vision. So it's actually what equipping a brick does is that it increases your field of view. So that's and it also works with the Molotovs, the nail bombs. If you don't have a brick, so if you want to equip that, go for that. But here's an arrow, and that's the extent of what's in here. But those 3 items are very good, very good. Those are the types of things that are normally hid behind Shiv room doors. And now we have a clear route out of here. There's going to be a bloater. You can hear him growling. You can hear the growl of this bloater over here to the right. But as long as you make no noise and then interact with the door and start pressing the square button quickly, you won't get damaged. And you won't get, anything bad happening to yourself. So it's a close call. But it's a close call that the game does intentionally to I mean, it's very close, but you don't take damage, you don't get molested. And there you have it. You've got a checkpoint. Now, before you go to the left, you want to head over here to the right, and there's a few more items. So let's actually have a look-see at what we've got over here for ourselves. What's in here? 10 vitamins. And, oh, look at this. We got some more duct tape. That's actually really good. The duct tape and the blades, those are the important things for those shivs. And then we're out. And I didn't mean to get so mad about the Shiv room doors, but it makes me frustrated. Frustrated too because I don't understand. I don't understand why it's like that. And it also makes me a little frustrated about my own self because I'm so stubborn about not using that little glitch, if it is a glitch, to get more shivs and basically, bypass the whole necessity of needing to craft them ever and save supplies to use for other things. But I refuse to do it. So once you mount the horse over here, you want to head over here to the right and pick some alcohol up for yourself in. Unfortunately, you can't hover over the items on the map and just press triangle unless you dismount the horse. It's not too bad. Ain't too good either, but it's not that bad. And then you want to head over here to the left and go up the stairs. And I think this is where we're going to start seeing some... did we already see the monkeys? We may have already come across the monkeys. Yeah, we've already done the monkeys. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to be coming up to these different tents and grabbing all of the supplies from over here. Now, in this whole area, the only items are in the tents. There is nothing anywhere else. And then we're going to be doing a sequence of events involving some a little bit of stealth and some combat. I'm definitely telling you that those Molotov cocktails that you craft. The good thing about doing a no damage run is that you never have to craft the med kits, and the med kits are what have some overlap with the Molotovs, because the med kits and the Molotovs, they both require alcohol. So if you do no damage, you never have to use alcohol, and that will always say, and you never have to use any of the bandages. So that will always ensure that you can craft, you have more flexibility crafting Molotovs. So never needing to craft a med kit will, you know, that will ensure that you have a lot of more freedom to use Molotovs in a pinch if you ever need to. So I'm going to use a couple on this next section, actually. Simply because I already have 3, and I've got so many supplies that I'm going to start not being able to pick up stuff, actually. So once you get over here, all you need to do is just push the trash can down the hill, and that will allow us to get through the gate over here. Now, there shouldn't be any items over here, so if you don't see me looking for stuff, it's because I've already scoured the environment and I've verified for myself that there's nothing over here. And now, we've got a workbench coming up for ourselves, so we can start crafting. We can start doing some upgrades for ourselves, and start having a look-see at what exists over here. And there are a lot of items over here. Nothing in those drawers, but when you come in here, there's going to be a locker that should have some spare parts. 25. Damn, that's a lot. That's the same amount that was in the first Shiv room, actually. Alright, so now we've got some looting coming up over here, and I have taken the time to memorize where all of the empty drawers are for everybody's convenience, you guys. So I did want to tell you that. There are five spare parts over here in a cupboard that I do know that I missed. So if memory serves, we have a Shiv door coming up over here. So I'm kind of curious now. Exactly. Let's just see how many Shivs I have. Let's just take a look at it, because I know that there's a Shiv door over here. So let's see if I craft it before I enter. Is this a Shiv door? Yeah. Okay. So I must have crafted one of the Shivs off of the camera. Oh, that is a very helpful upgrade over there. And this is a Shiv door that you definitely don't want to not be able to enter, because it gives you tool level 4 over there, along with a host of other good stuff. Namely, wasn't that 50 machine parts over there for you? But if you don't get tool level 4, you're not going to be able to do some pretty handy upgrades, such as upgrading the power of the hunting rifle, which is what we're going to be doing over here, along with upgrading some other stuff. So that is definitely something that I'm going to be doing right away. So let's just see what my upgrade choices were over here. Clip capacity for the El Diablo. And then we're going to be focusing on the hunting rifle's clip capacity. We're going to be focusing on the scope. I'm going to ignore the armor piercing for now, and in favor of power. And then I'm going to go with the clip capacity of the shotgun. That's the only thing I'm going to do for the shotgun. And then for the arrow, or for the bow, I'm going to do what I did over there, which it went so fast I couldn't tell what it did. But I think I can't remember, but I think that I went for draw speed over range. And I don't know right now if the upgrades that you make for the bow help out Ellie in her section, or if it just defaults back to the standard the standard starting points for the bow. I would honestly hope that that your upgrade choices would be carried over to Ellie, because you're going to be playing as Ellie in the next part, and she has the bow. The bow is one of her weapons. So part of me thinks that it doesn't carry over, so it gives everybody the same. But and if that's true, that's a little bit lamentable in my opinion. So this next part that's coming up, it's all on the single checkpoint per grounded difficulties. Normal characteristic of just removing all the checkpoints from an area and making the player do everything on one try. So make sure you have a brick equipped. Oh, duct tape. Perfect. That's half of a roll too, by the way. Yeah. I got everything over here except for 5 machine parts over here, and even when you get the final checkpoint over here, you can still go around and loot. So it'll give you plenty of time to go get everything situated for yourself. And right now we've got a machete for ourselves. There's going to be 2 guys who immediately charge us at first once we get this checkpoint, which occurs once you get into the area where the lookout was positioned, and all that's left of him, sadly, is a skeleton. But it should be in this room somewhere. Oh yeah, there's a couple of cupboards that have good items, and then once you go into this door over here, then you're going to get yourself the final significant checkpoint of the chapter. All right, guys. So I don't know exactly where the checkpoint is. I think that they have the courtesy to put it outside of this room over here somewhere. Probably this is where the checkpoint is, in this room over here. So what you want to do is, if you want to save ammunition, just throw a brick and melee kill this guy. The second guy is going to be the one with the bat that charges you from the rear. Don't go too far down the corridor, otherwise you'll trip the next spawn. So just settle your score with those 2 main enemies from the first area. And now, since we have the great luxury of having a lot of Molotovs for ourselves, I'm going to kill a couple of folks as they come up here. They usually come in a pair, so I can kill 2 of the 4 enemies that spawn in this first spawn over here. Get a couple of kills for myself, and unfortunately the remainder of... See how much we have left? I mean, I just crafted 1 and I now have 3 again. So the remaining enemies, they keep their distance, but you'll always get a couple of spawners rushing up to you at first. And the nice part about this section over here with these enemies over here is that you've got a lot of bricks at your disposal, and you can do a lot of fooling of the enemy by throwing the bricks at different locations. I'm going to be very aggressive with these enemies, just because I've got the luxury of Molotovs for myself. And if you are following, even if you're not following this for no damage, even if you're just doing grounded, the tenements that I'm trying to prescribe, and I'm trying to have you guys put into practice for yourselves, it should enable you to at least harness it within yourself, the ability to practice more restraint when you're playing, and that should get you towards the practice of not healing. Just don't waste your time with healing if you can help it, because if you can prevent the need to heal, that will save you resources and be able to craft more Molotovs. And don't worry about healing, because there are HP pickups on the maps too that you can get health for yourself back. Okay, so it's basically just bottle stunning enemies and then rushing up to them and melee killing them. And then the next spawn over here is a tricky one, because there's not much distance in between you, where you trip the spawn and where they start coming from, and the spawn point should have been crossed. We should have already crossed it, and we did. I know that I did, because you'll see these enemies charging over here. So I think there's just 3 guys left. What is this? This is I think this is the second of the 3 spawns. So remember, spawn 1 had 4 enemies. Spawn 2's got 3. Spawn 3 has 3, and there's also one guy who digs in at the end. Okay. Basically, what you want to do is just hide behind the pieces of cover. Now, you've never seen me do that. You've never seen me shoot a bullet into an enemy, but I didn't have enough time to do anything else, because I think they heard where I was over there, so I had to put a bullet into him while I was holding him. I didn't have any other choice, basically, because what I wanted to do was choke him out and drag his body, but sometimes you just don't have the luxury of having enough time. But there's plenty of areas to fall back over here, and if you just keep yourself hidden, then you can wait to see where enemies try to come at you. If they jump over the little windowsills, you've got a great opportunity to rush them and bottle stun them and then kill them. Those first two guys that we killed over here, they had one of them had a machete too, so you could pick that up. See, like, opportunities like this are really good. You've just got to be cognizant of where other enemies are in relationship to where the guy you just killed was. Because if enemies are too close, you don't want to risk it too much. So, looks like we've taken care of the second spawn. Now we've got to go downstairs and trigger the third spawn. It's a delicate situation though, because you're going to be vulnerable on the stairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my Molotovs as I come down here to spawn kill. Well, not really spawn kill, but just set these guys up to burn. Let's see. That was, unfortunately, I think I only got one of those two guys. So now what's going to happen is the second of the three guys over here, he's going to come up here, and this guy got off my radar. I thought he held his own by the stairs, but what ended up happening is he rushed to the right, and I didn't see him because I think I was busy keeping track of my inventory in my mind. So I thought he was over here, and I didn't know that he had run over here. So he must have had some damage on him from the fire. The fire didn't kill him, but he had damage on him from getting burned a little bit. That's why I didn't have to completely, do like three hits of the brick, just one. And then the final guy is right over there. So all you need to do is snipe him, and you can use the corner third-person cover trick to use any weapon that you want. Probably was a bit of a mistake to use the rifle, but I wanted to target in on him and see his ugly face. I like to see the face of the enemy that I put my bullet into. Don't you? Take her.
Oh, man. What do you want me to do? What? Oh, man. Joel?
I'm gonna need you to pull.
Okay. Wait, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Here.
Let's get to the damn horse.
Okay. I don't see anyone. Let's go. Joel? How we doing?
I'm fine.
Can you handle the window?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, move!
I see you. Come on, man.
All right. Just stay here. I'm gonna flank this asshole.
Ellie. Those were my friends you killed, asshole. Come on out. You want to do this the hard way? You little...
We gotta get you out of here.
I'm okay.
You're not okay, Joel! Come on! Move it! There's no one here. Hurry. You're doing good. Just keep at it. Oh, man. Here, lean on me.
No.
Well, can you walk?
Yes.
Then fucking walk! Come on. There's the exit. Just a little bit more, come on. Hey. Joel?
Behind you.
What?
Ellie. The kid's got a gun.
Back.
He's in.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Joel. Here, stand up. Put your arm around me. All right, let's go. I swear to God, I get you out of this. You're so saving for me.
You wish.
Wait here. I'll get the door.
Take your time.
Come on.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
Come on.
Just get the horse.
All right. Can you get on?